Okay, we have another one. This is going to be black belt here, David Banta, and then we have a purple belt over here, Juan, and haven't seen this one, so this will be interesting. So let's get started. Already we got a tie up here. All right, changing levels. A little feint there. That's good. It's hand fighting, hand fight. Looks like Juan's going to an arm drag. Nope, didn't. Still gonna get some wrist control. Just kind of feeling it out here. Okay, went to a collar tie. There's a Russian tie. So Juan here had a collar tie on Banta here, and then Banta just kind of went to a Russian tie. That's just pretty standard stuff. It's usually what I do when somebody tries to collar tie me. There we go. Russian tie. Good defense. Juan lines back up. Now we have an over-under position. So this is an interesting position. I'll be curious to see what happens here. If anything happens as far as a takedown. Both have their pros and cons, but I would say inside position will always be slightly better. A little bit of judo threat there. So it looks like they're going into judo stuff. Threaten with the feet, do some sweeps, some uchimatas. Oh, look, that was a good little trip over in that direction. So we're going, you see Juan here goes to a trip, pulling to the side. And, oh, got over top of the head pretty quick there. I missed it. So go here. So it looks like, and yeah, good move. So with the underhook here, Bench kind of was pulling down on the shoulder here, and then just kind of palmed the head and shoved his head down. This was enough to get his left arm over top of the back of the neck here, and then Juan here is going to go to a seated guard instead of opting to go to like a more of a turtle position or going for a leg or something more wrestly. So he's opting to go to guard. Okay, Banta jumping over top here for a guillotine. Juan turns with him. This is good. So now he's in a turtle position. Now we got a head and arm. Looked like Banta was going to kind of shoot in with that left knee to go to a guillotine. And he still might here. Like he's trying to get his grips underneath there. I can't see his grip, so grip is very important here. Oh, that was a good little scoop there. Maybe put him on his butt or turn him over to his side. And now we're going to a darce. So it looks like he has a darce position. That was a good little trick with the leg. And so he needs a little bit more bite on that, but that's pretty good. It's pretty tight. As long as Juan's going to keep his left arm kind of out here as an underhook and reaching for the back here, that'll give him enough space to breathe a little bit. It's kind of funny. I usually in this position, if somebody locks it in, I'll just kind of go flying man. I'll just kind of like go flat and just put my arms out. It's kind of dumb. Probably not the greatest thing to do, but it does give you a little bit of space. So I always encourage people when they put it into a darce here to take that arm and kind of reach it around the back there. It's one option. It has a pretty decent grip here from Banta. And you can see, Juan's left arm here on the side here. You can't really see it, but you can see it flopping around. He's keeping his arm to the outside. He doesn't want to get his arm crossed to the inside. Okay, so Banta switches, going back to a head and arm guillotine. Good job. So now we're back now into a half guard situation. And Juan's using it to wrestle up. So use it to give a little bump, get Banta a little overcommitted here. And he's going to reach over top of the back and get to his knees and maybe start to go to a wrestling position. There's a little bit of wrestling here. See if he can make it to his knees. Yep, so he makes it to his knees. See what these guys switch to. I think Banta again is still attacking the neck. No, it's a dogfight. So try to limp arm out there. Or it looked like there was a limp arm from Banta there. And they both kind of went head to the mat. And now they're going into a scramble. Back up. Same position. Banta's got an underhook. Juan has the overhook here. Banta switches over again. Same move. Goes over top of the head. Goes to a head and arm. And exact same thing. So Juan sits here to his butt here to go to guard. I hate this position. Like I don't do this anymore just because, for me personally, it's not a terrible thing. I mean, I don't think it's wrong or anything, but I just don't like it on my neck. Messed up my neck a couple times. The guy just like squished me down. I was like, ugh. But Juan seems to be doing fine here. Pretty good. There you go. So Juan's doing a good job. Got the underhook, so that's good. Got the inside position. Is he in a half guard? Yes. Yes, he's getting into a half guard. Ben is going to a knee slice here, kind of riding the leg a little bit. Let's see where he goes from here. It's like a headquarters position, but to the switching the hips here now. Was a headquarters, now we're going. So it looks like a little arm movement there. It's very subtle. So you see this frame right here? This is a new thing everybody's been doing to me. They kind of punch that arm. I didn't see it, but it looks like Bantage kind of pushed that arm out of the way. Got it. Boom. So that's actually a very effective move. I've seen this over the past maybe a couple years now. A lot more of that, and especially in training. I see a lot of guys. They'll kind of punch my arm to the side. They're extremely effective, in my opinion, and very, very simple. Just to get that frame. I always say the top arm is the frame. That's the one that's going to kind of gauge distance, and your top leg is always going to be the pummeling leg to kind of reset for retention for the guard, as a general rule. So that was really good. So now that the frame's out of the way, now Banting can start occupying this space and start to get more of a upper body connection, chest connection. He's got an underhook here, so Juan's gonna have to watch out for arm bars and step over triangles and things like this here, or crossface. There's the crossface. So Bandit, as you can see, got the inside position, and so now he's just trying to secure that inside position by filling in that space. And Juan here really wants to pummel that arm back in. It's going to be a little difficult. It's got a frame on the bottom leg here. That's good. It's not terrible. He's got to watch his wrist, but so they both know there's a little battle going on right here. There's a little battle. Bandit's really good. I like his head here, right in the chin, keeping that pressure, kind of tripod pressures on his feet, up on his toes over here. This is good. There's a windshield wiper, so you're going to the windshield wiper to peel the leg out. Going to pin the leg a little bit. Still in the half guard. As you can see, Juan's made some progress here. He got to the inside position, and this could the position will be possibly reset here. So we'll see. So yeah, Juan's back on the inside. Bantage still wants to maintain this top pressure. He's really, committed to this top position, and he can begin to free his legs if he really starts to get connection. So he's stepping over. He's still got a wide base here. We might start seeing some windshield wipers here again, or maybe even more of a tripod, maybe posting on his head. Let's see what he goes for here. Keeping that pressure, that side control pressure on the face. I'd like to see Juan here. What I would like to see, because Banta is so high, Juan really utilize his half guard here and kind of like in his knees and his arm. He has a good frame right here on the right arm, and just really overcommit Banta here, like just push him all the way over here. And this would create at a minimum a little bit of a scramble, take Banta a little off balance, and you may be able to get a slightly better position. Banta sinks back. There we go. Switches over now. We're going to a leg lock position. Got underneath the hips. So Juan's going over for a leg lock position. This is kind of a basic Ashigarami position so far. He's kind of rotating around the leg. We'll see where he goes with it. Switches now to a double outside Ashi. Banta's keeping a straight leg here, which is very effective, pointing the toes out. So this is all good. We'll see if they go into, if he keeps this double outside position or if they decide to go to 50-50. Juan has his arm under here, so this could be an excellent wrestle up position. I really like to scoop that leg, plant the leg on the ground, plant the left leg on the ground, get this leg out of there, and start to wrestle up. So we'll see where he goes. Bandit really good controlling the outside leg here, so it doesn't get connection with his right leg. Now we switched it over to 50-50. The leg has switched to the inside. So now we're entering more into an 50-50. Juan needs to be very careful here with this heel. His heel is pretty exposed right here. There's a really quick heel hook you can throw on right here with this, especially with if Banta were to lean down just a little bit, kind of pinch the ankle here, that effectively would basically be enough to actually finish a heel hook. I mean, with the heel hook grip, obviously, but to make this to where this right leg is stuck, right? Get a good pinch on it. Okay. I'd like to see if Juan's going to commit to this position. I'd like to see a figure 4 here. I know Banta had his hand on the leg there, but he could still try to kind of pummel the right leg underneath his left by swinging his left foot out. Banta control the up-down motion, but he can't necessarily control as well the lateral motion. Okay, there's the peel. And Banta's fine here because he's keeping kind of weight on this leg. He's keeping it straight and it's planted on the floor. He obviously would not want his heel to be turning out to the left here. That would be no good. So he's kind of going kind of what we call like heel to the ribs. So he's keeping his heel more face toward the body. And that gives a little more protection, and where Juan has to actually dig the heel out. In order for Juan to do that from this position, he would actually just rotate his hips over and try to dig the heel. A lot of guys, when they go to 50-50, they'll try to go inverted, which is also a very good way to actually dig the heel. But it looks like they're exiting out of 50-50 because Banta now has peeled that leg off. There we go. I was going to say, Juan needs to really take this. I would encourage him to take this left leg, kind of reap it over, maybe even switch the leg position back to the outside, so he go into more of a sambo knot position. Banta pushing on the toes. This is good, pushing on the toes, so it actually creates a heel hook and actually puts pressure on the knee instead of trying to peel the heel off. I'm a big advocate of just pushing on the big toe here to actually create a bit of a heel hook to get the person to actually move their foot. Guys got big, strong legs. It's a lot of guys, you can't even, there's no way you can put your hand on cup the heel there and kind of pull it off. It's actually very difficult. All right, so Banta cleared the legs and good pin on the leg here. So now he's we got Juan crisscrossed, and we'll see if Juan goes to turtle or slides this leg back under his right leg. Back under, is his right leg? Yes, right leg back under, and see if we can get to some guard. And back to turtle. All right. Banta's really utilizing the step over for the back leg here. Good wrestling move. There's always that threat. We used to always kind of roll to the leg here to go to a knee bar. That threat still is there, but it's very well known. When you are ready for stuff like that, it's pretty easy to defend. So, but it is a move that's there. But I do like this kind of turking of the leg. It's not a turk yet, but it is a scooping of the leg here, and it really takes away the guy's base. There we go. You can see, it looks like Juan is actually trying to go inverted here. So yeah, it looks like he tried to go inverted, maybe considering the knee bar. And Banta started to roll through and attack the back, which was nice. And this will be interesting to see how this turns out. I want to see that again. So we have a tight waist here, and then Banta sees some back exposure. And I would assume his left arm is kind of meat hooking around Juan's neck here, so that he can, as soon as he falls over to this direction, Banta can actually start to secure the back by pulling Juan all the way through. Boom. So we'll see if this meat hook here will actually pull Juan over to Banta's left. We'll see how that works out. And good. So Juan was able to get keep his back flat to the mat. Banta was not able to pull him over with that meat hook. And so now we're back into a scramble. Juan ends up in the inside position, and he has the control of the foot here, which is good. So we'll see if he goes to the knees and tries to go to a dogfight, or if he tries to engage in a guard. So he's going to the guard. He's pushing, going to a deeper half instead of that quarter half guard. Banta switches his hips, goes to a nice cross face, and again, kind of pinch this leg. And now, we got Juan's flat here, and this is going to be not such a great position, but we'll see what Juan does here as far as getting back to the inside position. Okay, there's one. Left arm's kind of getting in a good frame, trying to dig to the inside. Left arm is on the inside, and the right hand is framing on the head to the inside, and he retracts the knees and creates some frames, and now he's actually getting some space and resetting back to a half guard with a bit of a knee shield here. So his knee shield's going to do some good, kind of keep some distance here. I always encourage guys. I mean, you can play deep half. Deep half is a good is a very interesting game to play. And it's a good guard. It's a good card to play with. I play with it a lot when I just happen to be there. I will say that as a general rule, I never allow someone to try to grab my head or my shoulder. Anything above my shoulder is no good. So I don't want them anchoring anywhere up here. It just kind of keeps them there. So that just means I have to work really, really hard, trying to create space, and he can just anchor on my neck, and then I just don't really gain anything. I'm just wasting energy. However, if you're going to a deep half guard type position or going in deep underneath here, then you can actually start to produce sweeps and steal the guy's hips and things like this. So there's a whole game there, which is great. So we'll see what happens here. We'll see if we can get that right hand into the inside position. Right now, Bante has the inside, and you can see right there, boom, right there. He's trying to get his hands to the inside, trying to pummel. Bante's blocking it with his head, which is good. And there we go. Juan just needs to move a little bit and get back to the inside position. Back to the inside position. Got a good frame. He's got a top arm frame. He's got a knee frame here. This is all good. Bante's really staying heavy on the legs here and creating some down, kind of keeping pressure coming in. He's going to kick that arm out of the way. Again, I was about to say he's about to kick that arm out of the way with that hand. We'll see the same move. Boom. Problem was that he kicked it out, but Juan was able to actually kick him back into a leg position by sweeping the leg here. So back into a leg entanglement. And we switch over to a double outside ashi. So now Juan has double outside ashi. Switches it over to 50-50. This is very nice. I'd like to see Juan start to go inverted here, like really get up on that shoulder, get those hips turned, and threaten to go inverted, because this will give a good heel exposure. Even go to 70-30 here. If you were to actually take this left foot and hook it underneath Bante here, take this heel and put it on the rib here and kind of kick it straight, he would start to go to the back. And this would create what we refer to as a 70-30 position, which is a lot of things you can do from there. Bante keeps the same thing, keeps that foot heavy on the ground, puts the heel to the rib, and he's going to start to peel these legs off. Juan doing keep his legs X'd. This is good. Let it go. Look like he was going to go up for a second. Okay, so the same position happened again. We're going to see if Juan goes to the underhook or goes to turtle. So he goes to turtle. Bante's going to scoop that leg again. Boom, there it is. And just this position with the legs, just really good. I've had guys do this to me, and I do it to guys too. I'll hook this leg and I'll turk really hard down to the ground, and it's just really immobile. It just makes it so much harder for the guy to move, because it kind of pins the left side of the hip to the ground, and it's a rough position. This might be why Juan is trying to invert here. And again, there's a very tempting leg lock here, but the problem is that it's a very well-known leg lock, and again, it's not that it doesn't work. It's just that you can be prepared for it, because you can already see if Juan's going to go for the leg lock here, it's going to be very difficult to get, because Bante's already angled off here. He's already angled off, and this knee he's not going to capture the knee. He needs to have that arm hooked around the leg. And again, I don't know if that's what he's doing. He may just be going to an invert just to do something different that maybe I don't even know about, but it's what it appears to be. Going to a scramble. Okay, so Bante pulls again back to the back. This time he has a slightly better position. We have a hook here. Got a bite on the waist. So we'll see with the left arm here. It's probably going to go up to the shoulder, and we'll see if he can get that hook in and maybe secure a twister back control position. Almost twister back control position. This leg is low. He's going to need to get that leg a little higher, and then to secure at least a triangle, and then after he gets this leg a little higher, then he's in a good position, because he can actually, he's already got the arm trapped underneath him. Juan's right arm. The legs aren't good right now. Juan's leg is straight. This is not good, and the angle's not correct. So it's okay. So you may be able to pull something off here. You may be able to climb the back, which is what he needs to do at this point, instead of trying to go for a twister position. Juan's just he's high at this point, but it wouldn't be an issue. Him being so high here, that wouldn't be an issue if the leg's position was good. But he can actually start to anchor and kind of climb the back here. Juan doing a good job keeping flat to the mat, kind of pushing away. Again, the position's lost, so then now we're going to go back up to the top. Bante goes to a body lock here, and a climb back to the top. Okay, that was a good scramble. That was good. I like this. Banta's probably going to get on top here because he's already Banta already turned his hips down to the ground. His knees are going to make it to the top, and unless Juan can actually generate some substantial force with his back leg here, his left leg to actually pop over or get on top or get to a butterfly. There's to the top. Nice. Really good. They both got up. Very nice. Banta again goes for that head and arm, and now he kind of go into an ankle pick here, which is a great thing to do when you have the guy's head. If you're already going down, you can actually usually get a pretty easy ankle pick here. If you miss that ankle pick and he steps his left leg back, you can always go for the other leg and pick the ankle over here, just because the head is down to the floor. Boom. Because we're back down to the ground, and now we are kind of go to the same position. So we got a knee shield. Banta already punches that arm out of the way, which is that frame, punches it out of the way, and we're into a half guard with a bit of a knee shield. And nice underhook here. Again, you have to watch over, when you get these underhooks, you got to really watch out for the step over arm bars and all this stuff, triangles, kimuras, all that stuff. And I really like, Juan here really brings his knees to his chest and kind of really trying to overcommit Banta here where he actually has to post. So that's good. And this is generally what I tell guys to do, is just overcommit. This will produce something, produce some space, scramble. There we go. So what that just produced by him doing that was when Juan swung his hips back around, now he's back to the inside position. It's not out of the water yet. I mean, Banta's still on top, still got chest connection, but he is kind of a little overcommitted here. And, Juan can actually start playing on the hips and kind of start to steal the hips and play, deep half probably. Boom, right back to the leg entanglement. It's really nice. There's always a general rule. We always say, like, if the guy's hips are in your face, then you can do a leg lock. I mean, it'll be easy to do a leg lock. You don't have to be flexible or anything like that. Once the guy's hips are near your face, you can easily just thread the legs over and then you're good. What I'd like to see Juan start to do here is that he has Banta's leg on the outside here. He can actually take this left foot here and just reap it all the way through. Like, forget about bringing this right leg over and go to a double outside ashi. Just take this leg and reap it all the way through. This will initiate a roll, most likely, with Banta rolling through. But this will give chase, and you'll have a chance to actually dig the heel and secure the position. The reap leg here over top, going all the way through to this side of the body, is much stronger, and it kind of locks you in. And see how he doesn't quite ever turn that leg all the way through. If he were to actually do that and kick that leg all the way through, then he wouldn't be dealing with Banta coming back and standing back up. So now all the weight's on the leg. And that's time. That was a really good match. That was a really good roll. That was good stuff. Very, very subtle things, but very useful movement, in my opinion. Good guard passing, good turtle, good some good half guard stuff playing around there, punching the arm out of the way, getting rid of frames. All these movements that are very common. Those are things to really keep. Not these big big movements like all the cool stuff like Berimbolo and all this stuff's all really cool and it works to a certain degree, but it's something you have to pay a lot of practice at. But just kind of punching the arm out of the way and get rid of that frame, that gives you the inside space. That's great. It's so simple, and it's something that happens all the time. So yep, that's it. That was a good match, and well, I'll do another one. All right, thanks.